Alright guys, it's a new day on the farm. Got another project. So I had a friend come by and bring me this. Those are some gorgeous pears. But it's a lot. It's about 15, 16 pounds of pears. I could cut them up and put them in the freezer, but I just emptied out my freezer. I actually just took all of last year's fruit out and turned it into wine. And once I turned it into wine, I went ahead and concentrated it. So let me start by saying I am not promoting making alcohol. I am not promoting consuming alcohol. But it is a part of our country's heritage, and I like the fact that basically that's what people made a living off of when the times was at their worst. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make some pear wine. In the future I might concentrate that and turn it into pear brandy. Let me go ahead and start by saying first, I live in Missouri, and Missouri states that I can make and consume 200 gallons per household of wine or moonshine. I can't imagine anyone consuming that much moonshine at all. I don't even drink it myself. We use it for other things. I won't really get into it, but we use it for other things, and I give it to some friends. But this time I just went and got a new jug for a fermenter. I've been using a 5-gallon jug, food grade, for quite some time, and this is going to be a little more than 5 gallons. I figure I'm going to make about probably, I'm going to say 8 gallons out of this, out of 15, 16 pounds of pears. So what my plan is I'm going to make about 8 gallons of wine. I have a small 5-gallon still, and it runs 3 gallons real nice without any problems. So that if I make 8 gallons of wine and I decide to ferment or to run 5 gallons of it through the still, that would still leave 3 gallons of wine. It would make nice Christmas gifts or whatever in about 6 months. But so I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to do to make this wine. I did go and get this. Can you see this? So this is it's rated at a 10-gallon, but I think it's about 11.5 or 12-gallon. Food grade. It's got a nice seal and a snap ring lid. I went ahead and drilled my lid, and I have a nice bubbler to go into it. We'll get into that in a bit. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the phone up over here and hit record, and I'll just fast forward through it so you don't have to watch me do all of this. But I'm going to cut all these pears up. I'm going to take the seeds out. I don't want the seeds or the stems in it. I'm going to leave the skins on. That gives a lot more flavor and stuff in the skins. But I'm going to remove the seeds. In my opinion, the seeds, especially if I run them through this food processor, it can make a bitter taste, a woody taste, and I don't want that. So I'll remove the seeds. We'll run them through the food processor. We'll dump them in it. I will heat up some water. I will probably melt about six pounds of sugar or so into the water, and we'll go from there. But the first thing I'm going to do is set the phone up and start cutting on some pears, because I got 15 pounds to get through. All right, so you guys get the picture, right? We'll be back in a minute. All right, so I got all the pears pureed up in the food processor and put in the barrel. And I got 6 pounds of sugar in this little pot here with some water. Now I'm not looking to boil it or cook the pears or anything. I'm only looking to make sure all the sugar is dissolved. No granules left. I still see a few granules. But we're just going to dissolve the sugar and then pour it in. By the way, this is 2 gallons of water. Like I said, I got 2 gallons of water in this pot, 6 pounds of sugar. Just looking to melt the sugar. So here is what's in the barrel. Pureed pears. And it's probably that full. Maybe, let me look. Actually, it is that full. So close to 1/3 of my barrel full of pear puree. My sugar is getting close here. Like I said, I'm not looking to boil it. And that's sweet. So I'm gonna melt my sugar, pour it in there. That'll be 2 gallons of water. I'm gonna look at it. I'm actually gonna bring it up probably about this full. I'd like to have about maybe 8 gallons. So now you can see that my sugar is dissolved. There's no more crystals in there at all. Like I said, we're not looking for it to boil. We'll go ahead and kill the heat and get ready to pour it. Now we're up here about that full right there. I'm gonna add just a little bit more water and we're gonna call it good. All right, now we are, get a light here. We are up to right there, full. You see it in there. Our temperature is 97, 98 degrees. That ought to be perfect for the yeast. Yummy. All right, so now we've got about 8 gallons of water in here. We've got 6 pounds of sugar. We got 15 pounds of pears, and we got 1 pack of yeast. So next, we're gonna put on our lid. Everything has been washed and cleaned really well. Got this locking ring here. And I have this bubbler. So I put a hole in the top of this lid. I'm going to put this bubbler in there, pull the top off, and add a little bit of water. About that much water. The way this works is, as it builds up pressure, it bubbles. Like I said, once it builds up pressure, it'll bubble. Alright, so recap it all. 15 pounds of pears, 6 pounds of sugar, about 6 gallons of water, which made about 8 total. 1 pack of the yeast. We're going to do an active fermentation, probably 10 to 14 days if I had to guess. We're going to keep it not hot but not cold either, probably be about 75 degrees. I'll keep you posted. We'll see how it goes.